In today's video, we explore 25 Best Buy interview questions and answers. Don't forget to customize these answers to highlight your unique qualifications and experiences. Here's a bonus tip. Research the company and review the job description so you can incorporate key skills relevant to the job role in your answers. Question number 1. Can you tell me about yourself? When answering this question, you want to give a professional snapshot of yourself that ties directly to what Best Buy values: customer service, teamwork, and adaptability. Avoid going too deep into personal details or irrelevant history. Structure your answer in 3 parts: a quick background, relevant experiences/skills, and your motivation for applying. End by showing enthusiasm for contributing to the Best Buy team. I would describe myself as someone who is dependable, people-oriented, and eager to keep learning. In school and through part-time jobs, I balanced academics with customer-facing work, which taught me how to communicate clearly and manage time effectively. At my last job, I often helped customers choose the right products and explain technical details in simple ways, which made me realize how much I enjoy guiding people to the right solutions. I'm also someone who adapts well to fast-paced environments, whether that means handling several customers at once or stepping in to support a coworker. Outside of work, I like keeping up with the latest tech, which helps me stay confident when discussing products. What excites me most about Best Buy is being part of a team that values customer trust and providing solutions that truly improve their day-to-day lives. Question number 2. Why do you want to work at Best Buy? When answering this, focus on aligning your personal goals with Best Buy's values: customer service, innovation, and teamwork. Show that you admire the company's reputation and culture, not just that you want a job. Mention your interest in technology and how Best Buy provides growth opportunities. End by connecting your enthusiasm with what you can bring to the team. I want to work at Best Buy because it's a company that has consistently stayed ahead in technology and customer service. I've always admired how Best Buy not only sells products, but also provides solutions, whether that's through Geek Squad, knowledgeable employees, or offering customers the right advice to make informed choices. For me, working here isn't just about retail. It's about creating an experience where people feel confident and supported with their technology. I'm passionate about staying current with electronics, and I like the idea of being in an environment where that knowledge is valuable and encouraged. Best Buy's culture of teamwork, growth, and putting customers first resonates strongly with me. I believe I can contribute by bringing energy, reliability, and a genuine commitment to ensuring customers leave happier than when they came in. That's the type of workplace I'm excited to be a part of. Question number 3. What does great customer service mean to you? To answer this, define customer service in clear terms: listening, empathy, problem solving, and follow through. Share a perspective that shows you put the customer first while balancing company values. Best Buy wants people who see service as creating trust and loyalty, not just completing transactions. Be specific and show you understand the importance of making customers feel valued. Great customer service to me is all about making the customer feel heard, respected, and supported from start to finish. It's not just about solving their problem, it's about making the process smooth, comfortable, and even enjoyable. At Best Buy, that might mean helping someone compare products in a way that's simple to understand, or taking extra time to explain features that fit their lifestyle. I think it also means being proactive, like offering Geek Squad services or showing them ways to save money with promotions. When customers feel they can trust you and walk away with confidence in their purchase, that's when service becomes memorable. I see customer service as a chance to build a relationship, not just complete a transaction, and that's why I always try to bring patience, positivity, and clear communication to every interaction. It creates loyalty and helps customers see Best Buy as their go-to destination for technology needs. Question number 4. Describe a time you handled a difficult or irate customer. For this, use the STAR method: situation, task, action, result. Show empathy, patience, and problem-solving skills. Best Buy values employees who can de-escalate tension and turn a negative experience into a positive one. Focus on the result and what you learned about communication and service. In a previous retail role, I encountered a customer who was upset because a product they purchased didn't meet their expectations. They came in frustrated, and I could tell they just wanted someone to listen. I stayed calm, apologized for the inconvenience, and let them explain the issue without interrupting. Once I fully understood their concerns, I explained our return policy and walked them through possible alternatives that might fit their needs better. I showed them similar products, highlighted key features, and even checked inventory at nearby locations to ensure they had options. The customer eventually decided on an exchange and left satisfied, even thanking me for being patient and thorough. That experience taught me the importance of empathy and clear communication, two skills I know are critical when working at Best Buy, especially during high-pressure times when customers need solutions quickly but also want to feel valued and respected. Question number 5. Sell me this phone or TV. This question tests sales ability, product knowledge, and communication skills. Structure your answer as if you're really selling. Ask a quick question about needs, highlight benefits, and create value. Best Buy wants to see if you can connect products to customer lifestyles. Don't just list features, explain benefits in relatable terms. If I were selling a TV, I'd begin by asking questions like, do you use it more for movies, sports, or gaming? That way, I can tailor my recommendations. If the customer says they love sports, I might highlight a model with a high refresh rate for smoother action and a large 4K screen for an immersive stadium-like experience. If they watch movies, I'd emphasize features like OLED technology, vivid color accuracy, and built-in streaming apps that make it easy to access their favorite shows. I would also mention options like Geek Squad Setup, which ensures they get the most out of their new purchase right away. Then I'd frame the purchase as an investment in quality entertainment for their home, not just another TV. The key is making the features feel personal and showing how the product will improve their daily life. That creates excitement and helps the customer feel confident in their decision. Question number 6. How would you build rapport with a customer in the first 2 minutes? For this, emphasize friendliness, observation, and genuine interest. Best Buy wants employees who make customers feel welcome quickly. Mention active listening, open body language, and personalizing the interaction. Show that you can make customers feel comfortable without being pushy. I would start by greeting the customer warmly, making eye contact and using a friendly but professional tone. Then I'd ask an open-ended question like, what brings you in today? Or if I notice something about their behavior, such as looking at laptops, I'd say, are you looking for something more for work, school, or gaming? This shows genuine interest and helps guide the conversation naturally. From there, I'd listen carefully to their response and share a little knowledge to build credibility, like pointing out a feature or benefit they might not know about. I'd also try to find common ground, whether it's a shared interest in technology or understanding their specific needs. By keeping the focus on them and showing enthusiasm for helping, I can quickly establish trust. My goal is for the customer to feel like they're talking to someone who not only knows the products but genuinely cares about their experience at Best Buy. Question number 7. How do you handle multiple customers waiting at once? The best way to answer is to highlight multitasking, prioritization, and communication. Best Buy wants to see that you can stay calm under pressure, acknowledge all customers, and keep service fair. Emphasize time management, teamwork, and keeping customers informed so no one feels ignored. In retail, I've learned that the key to handling multiple customers is acknowledgement and prioritization. If I see several people waiting, I make eye contact, smile, and politely let them know I'll be with them shortly. That simple acknowledgement can go a long way in making customers feel valued instead of overlooked. Then, I prioritize based on urgency and complexity. For example, if one customer needs a quick product location and another has a detailed technical question, I might guide the first person quickly and then spend time with the second. I also don't hesitate to involve teammates if I see someone waiting too long, because teamwork ensures smoother service overall. One time during holiday rushes, I managed 3 customers by clearly communicating expectations, finding quick solutions, and following up to ensure everyone left satisfied. I believe that keeping a positive attitude, showing empathy, and communicating openly allows me to manage multiple customers efficiently without sacrificing the quality of service that Best Buy is known for. Question number 8. Tell me about a time you went above and beyond for a customer. Use the STAR method. Show initiative, problem solving, and a customer-first mindset. Best Buy looks for employees who take ownership and create memorable experiences that inspire customer loyalty. At my last job, a customer came in looking for a replacement laptop charger. Unfortunately, we were out of stock for their exact model, and they were frustrated because they needed it that day for work. Instead of just saying we didn't have it, I researched compatible alternatives and called a nearby location to confirm availability. I even printed directions for the customer to make it easier for them to get there. Before they left, I explained how the alternative would work and offered to help them set it up if they chose to come back. The customer returned later that evening with the new charger, thanked me personally, and even left a positive review online about how helpful the service had been. That experience taught me that going above and beyond often means stepping outside the immediate task to find creative solutions. At Best Buy, I would take the same approach, being resourceful, proactive, and committed to ensuring customers walk away feeling supported, not just sold to. Question number 9. How do you stay current with technology and electronics? Here, emphasize curiosity, passion, and initiative. Best Buy values employees who naturally enjoy keeping up with tech trends so they can share that knowledge with customers. Mention specific sources or habits that keep you informed. I've always been passionate about technology, so staying current feels less like a task and more like a genuine interest. I regularly follow trusted tech websites, YouTube reviewers, and industry blogs that break down new releases, software updates, and product comparisons. I also enjoy attending product launches, watching live stream events, and exploring new features on devices myself so I can speak from experience. Beyond that, I like to learn from communities online. Forums and discussion groups often provide insight into real user experiences, which helps me understand both strengths and pain points of products. When possible, I also take advantage of hands-on opportunities, whether that's in-store demos or testing new apps and gadgets. This combination of research, real-world testing, and community learning ensures I don't just know the technical details but also how to explain them in practical, customer-friendly terms. At Best Buy, I bring that same curiosity and enthusiasm so customers feel confident that I'm giving them the most up-to-date and helpful information available. Question number 10. How would you handle a return or exchange that is outside normal policy? This question tests judgment, problem solving, and balancing customer satisfaction with company policy. Show that you respect rules but still look for win-win solutions, like involving management or suggesting alternatives. If a customer came in with a return outside normal policy, the first step would be listening carefully to their situation and showing empathy. Many customers come in already frustrated, so being understanding can immediately ease tension. After that, I would explain Best Buy's return policy clearly so the customer knows I'm being transparent and fair. If there's no flexibility on the return itself, I would try to find alternative solutions, such as offering store credit, suggesting trade-in options, or connecting them with Geek Squad services if the issue is technical. If the situation required more discretion, I would involve a manager to ensure the customer feels their concern is being fully addressed. One of my priorities would be making sure the customer walks away feeling like they were treated with respect, even if we couldn't give them exactly what they wanted. That balance, protecting company policies while still trying to create a positive customer experience, is essential in retail, and it's how I'd represent Best Buy's commitment to service. Question number 11. How do you feel about sales goals, metrics, and attach rates? This question is about mindset. Best Buy wants employees who see sales goals as motivating, not intimidating. Show that you respect accountability, enjoy challenges, and see goals as opportunities to grow while improving customer experiences. I view sales goals, metrics, and attach rates as important tools that help measure performance and ensure that customers are getting the best possible experience. For me, goals aren't just about numbers, they're about focusing energy in the right direction. If we set targets for warranties or Geek Squad services, it's because those add genuine value for customers. I like that it gives me something tangible to work toward, while also keeping me motivated to keep learning and improving. In a past role, I enjoyed when managers shared weekly numbers because it created a sense of teamwork and accountability. I also believe that tracking metrics helps identify areas of growth. If my attach rate on protection plans is lower than expected, I see that as a chance to refine how I present those options. At Best Buy, I'd approach goals not as pressure but as benchmarks that inspire me to balance customer care with sales success. I thrive in environments where goals help create structure and also reward effort. Before we continue, I just want to take a moment to thank you for watching this video. You can download a copy of these interview questions and answers in PDF format by clicking on the link below and supporting my channel by making a minimum donation of $3. Your support allows me to keep creating valuable content to help you pass your interview and land your dream job. Thanks for your support and appreciation. Question number 12. How would you introduce protection plans or Geek Squad services? This question tests your ability to upsell naturally. Best Buy wants employees who introduce services in a way that feels helpful, not pushy. Highlight asking needs-based questions, listening, and presenting plans as solutions. I would introduce protection plans or Geek Squad services by first listening carefully to the customer's needs and then framing the service as a solution rather than an add-on. For example, if someone is buying a laptop for school, I might ask, how important is it for you to keep this device running smoothly over the next few years? That allows me to highlight how a protection plan covers accidents or repairs that could disrupt their work. If a customer is buying a home theater setup, I could explain how Geek Squad installation ensures everything is done correctly and ready to use the same day. My goal is to show the peace of mind these services provide, whether that's saving money on unexpected repairs or making the setup process simple. I'd also mention real-life examples of how customers benefited from them, which makes it relatable. By focusing on value, trust, and convenience, I can introduce services in a way that feels genuine and supports the customer's experience, not just the sale. Question number 13. Tell me about a time you worked on a team to achieve a goal. Here, Best Buy wants to see collaboration, adaptability, and accountability. Use the STAR method to describe a situation, the role you played, and the successful outcome. Show enthusiasm for teamwork and shared wins. At my previous job, we had a sales goal during the holiday season to increase accessory bundles along with major product purchases. It was a high-pressure environment, and we knew we'd only succeed if we worked together. I took initiative to coordinate with teammates by tracking which products were selling fastest and suggesting complementary items we could promote as a package. When another team member had a strong knowledge of gaming consoles, I made sure they were paired with those sales while I supported customers interested in home office setups. We communicated constantly on the floor, making sure customers didn't have to wait too long, while also making them aware of deals that benefited them. By the end of the week, our team not only hit but exceeded our goal, and our manager praised us for how well we collaborated. That experience reinforced my belief that teamwork means leveraging each other's strengths, supporting one another, and always keeping the customer experience front and center. Question number 14. Describe a time you had a conflict with a coworker and how you resolved it. When answering this, emphasize professionalism, patience, and problem solving. Best Buy wants to see that you can handle conflict respectfully and reach a positive outcome without letting it affect customers or teamwork. Always end on what you learned. In a previous retail role, I had a coworker who preferred to work independently while I valued collaboration to keep things running smoothly. At one point, we disagreed about how to manage a customer line. He thought we should let customers self-navigate sections, while I wanted to guide them proactively. Instead of letting the conflict build, I asked if we could take a quick break together after the rush to discuss it. During that conversation, I listened to his perspective and explained mine. We realized we both wanted efficiency but had different approaches. We compromised by alternating methods depending on traffic. He handled customers who wanted independence, and I stepped in for those needing guidance. Over time, this improved our communication and boosted our ability to cover more ground together. That experience taught me that conflict doesn't have to be negative. It can be an opportunity to understand different perspectives, find middle ground, and strengthen teamwork, which is critical in a fast-paced environment like Best Buy. Question number 15. How would you approach selling the Best Buy credit card or financing? This question tests your ability to balance sales with customer trust. Best Buy wants you to frame financing as a benefit, not pressure. Emphasize needs-based questions and presenting financial solutions in a respectful, clear way. I would approach selling the Best Buy credit card or financing by focusing on how it genuinely benefits the customer's needs. First, I would ask open-ended questions like, are you planning on purchasing multiple items today or just this one product? Or, how important is budgeting monthly payments versus paying upfront? Based on their answers, I'd highlight specific features. For example, promotional financing options that make large purchases more manageable, or reward points that allow them to save on future tech purchases. The key is tailoring the conversation so it feels like a solution rather than a pitch. I'd also be transparent about terms, ensuring they clearly understand the benefits and responsibilities before signing up. Customers value honesty, and when they see you're prioritizing their financial comfort, they're more likely to trust your recommendation. At Best Buy, I'd present financing options as part of a bigger picture, helping customers afford the technology they want today while also receiving value through long-term savings and rewards. Question number 16. What would you do if you suspected theft or shrink activity? This tests judgment, professionalism, and awareness of company policy. Best Buy wants employees who prioritize safety, follow procedures, and avoid escalating risk. Show that you respect protocol and understand loss prevention. If I suspected theft or shrink activity, my first step would be to stay calm and avoid directly confronting the individual, since safety for customers and employees always comes first. I would discreetly observe what was happening to confirm my suspicion while keeping an appropriate distance. Then I'd immediately follow Best Buy's established procedures, which likely involve alerting a manager or contacting loss prevention staff. Documentation and communication are important, so I'd provide clear details about what I saw, such as the time, location, and specific behavior. In a past role, I once noticed a customer acting suspiciously with merchandise, and instead of escalating it myself, I quietly informed a supervisor who handled it according to policy. That experience reinforced the importance of following proper channels rather than taking matters into my own hands. At Best Buy, I would focus on ensuring customer and employee safety while supporting the company in reducing shrink through vigilance, teamwork, and adherence to policies. Question number 17. How do you prioritize tasks like restocking, zoning, and helping customers? When answering, emphasize balance and flexibility. Best Buy wants to know you can handle store operations without neglecting customer service. Show that you prioritize people first while keeping efficiency in mind. In a retail setting, I believe the top priority should always be the customer. If I am in the middle of restocking or zoning and a customer approaches, I pause what I'm doing to help them immediately. Customers come first because their experience is what drives sales and loyalty. Once I've addressed their needs, I return to tasks like restocking shelves or organizing displays, making sure the store stays neat and well stocked. I also like to work in a structured way by breaking tasks into smaller goals. For example, if I have a large restock project, I'll complete one section fully before moving on to the next so I can track progress while still staying flexible. During busy periods, I rely on teamwork, communicating with coworkers to divide responsibilities so we can balance operations with service. At Best Buy, I'd bring that same mindset, prioritizing customers first, staying efficient with operational tasks, and always adapting to the flow of the day. Question number 18. Tell me about a time you took initiative without being asked. This question looks for self-motivation and problem-solving. Best Buy values people who don't just wait for instructions, but step up when needed. Use STAR, situation, action, and the positive result. At my previous job, I noticed that our phone accessories display had become disorganized, which often confused customers and slowed down sales. Although it wasn't assigned to me, I decided to take the initiative to reorganize it. I reviewed which items sold the most and rearranged the display to highlight those products more clearly while grouping related items together to make shopping easier. I also created simple, easy-to-read labels to guide customers. By the next week, both coworkers and customers commented on how much easier it was to find products. Our sales for that section actually increased because people weren't leaving frustrated. My manager appreciated that I saw a problem and solved it without waiting for direction. That experience reinforced my belief that initiative not only improves efficiency but also enhances the customer experience. At Best Buy, I'd take the same proactive approach, finding ways to make the store better and helping customers and teammates succeed. Question number 19. How do you handle pressure during peak times like Black Friday or holidays? This question is about composure, time management, and teamwork. Best Buy wants to know you can thrive under pressure and maintain service quality during busy times. During peak times like Black Friday or the holiday season, I know that staying calm, organized, and positive is essential. I handle pressure by focusing on one task at a time while keeping a big picture view of what's most important, helping customers efficiently. For example, in a previous role during holiday rushes, I would greet waiting customers right away so they felt acknowledged, then guide them quickly to the right section or solution. I also relied heavily on teamwork, communicating with coworkers so we could support each other and divide responsibilities. If someone was overwhelmed, I'd step in where I could. I also made sure to maintain a positive attitude because customers can sense when employees are stressed and it affects their shopping experience. By staying composed, flexible, and customer-focused, I was able to manage long lines, meet sales goals, and still create a welcoming environment. At Best Buy, I'd approach peak times as an opportunity to showcase great service under pressure. Question number 20. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Balance honesty with professionalism. Best Buy wants to see self-awareness and growth. Choose strengths relevant to customer service and teamwork, and pick a weakness that you're actively improving. My strengths include strong communication, patience, and adaptability, qualities that help me connect with customers and coworkers. I enjoy explaining technical information in simple terms, which often makes customers feel more comfortable and confident in their purchase decisions. I'm also dependable and thrive in fast-paced environments, staying organized even when juggling multiple responsibilities. On the other hand, one weakness I've recognized is that I sometimes take on too much myself instead of asking for help right away. In the past, I've wanted to solve problems independently, but I've learned that teamwork often leads to better results. To improve, I've made a conscious effort to delegate tasks or ask for input sooner, which has helped me become more efficient and collaborative. At Best Buy, I'd use my strengths to provide excellent service while continuing to grow by leaning on my team when necessary and supporting them in return. Question number 21. Why should we hire you for this role? This is your chance to sell yourself. Best Buy wants to see confidence, relevant skills, and cultural fit. Show how you align with their values and what unique qualities you bring. You should hire me because I combine a strong passion for technology with a proven ability to deliver excellent customer service. I understand that Best Buy isn't just about selling products, it's about helping customers find solutions that improve their lives. My background in retail and customer-facing roles has taught me how to listen carefully, ask the right questions, and explain information in a way that builds trust. I also thrive in fast-paced environments, staying calm and efficient even during high-pressure times like holiday rushes. Beyond that, I bring enthusiasm for staying current with electronics, which means I can confidently guide customers and create value in every interaction. I'm dependable, eager to learn, and excited to be part of a team that shares these same values. At Best Buy, I would contribute not just as a salesperson, but as someone who builds lasting customer relationships, supports teammates, and represents the company's reputation for quality and service. Question number 22. What is your availability, including nights, weekends, and holidays? This is straightforward but critical. Best Buy values flexibility, especially during peak hours. Show that you're realistic, reliable, and willing to work when needed while still being honest about limitations. I understand that retail requires flexibility, and I'm fully prepared to work nights, weekends, and holidays when needed. In fact, I recognize that those are some of the busiest and most important times for Best Buy, especially during peak shopping seasons. My schedule is open, and I don't mind adjusting to cover shifts when the team needs extra support. I've worked in roles where holiday and weekend hours were expected, and I learned how to balance personal responsibilities while still being dependable for my team. If there are times where I need specific adjustments, I make sure to communicate well in advance so scheduling runs smoothly. Overall, my focus is on being reliable and consistent so the store can count on me during critical times. At Best Buy, I'm committed to being available and flexible so I can support both the team and customers when they need it most. Question number 23. How do you ensure accuracy and integrity when operating a register? Best Buy values precision and trust. Show that you're detail-oriented, follow policies, and care about security. Emphasize both accuracy and honesty in handling money. When operating a register, I know accuracy and integrity are non-negotiable. I always double-check prices, promotions, and payment details before finalizing transactions to ensure customers are charged correctly. If there's ever a discrepancy, I clarify it immediately so customers feel confident. I also follow store policies for returns, ID checks, and handling cash to protect both the customer and the company. At a previous job, I caught a pricing error during checkout, explained it to the customer, and quickly corrected it, which not only built trust but also prevented a loss for the company. I also reconcile my till carefully at the end of shifts to ensure everything balances properly. Beyond accuracy, I believe integrity means being honest and transparent, especially if mistakes occur. I take responsibility and fix them right away. At Best Buy, I bring that same commitment to detail and honesty to every transaction, ensuring customers always have a smooth and trustworthy experience. Question number 24. Describe a time you learned from feedback or coaching. Best Buy looks for openness to growth. Show humility, willingness to listen, and how feedback helped you improve. In a past retail role, a manager once gave me feedback that I was explaining too many product features at once, which sometimes overwhelmed customers instead of helping them. At first, I thought I was just being thorough, but I realized he was right. Customers don't always want every detail. They want the key points that matter to them. I took his coaching to heart and began asking more questions about customer priorities before explaining features. For example, instead of listing everything about a laptop, I'd focus on battery life for students or graphics quality for gamers. Within a few weeks, I noticed a positive difference in how customers responded. They were more engaged, asked better follow-up questions, and felt more confident about their purchase decisions. That experience showed me that feedback isn't criticism, it's an opportunity to grow. At Best Buy, I'd continue to embrace coaching and feedback as a way to keep improving and delivering better results for customers and the team. And finally, here's the last Best Buy interview question, question number 25. Do you have any questions for me or for us? Always have thoughtful questions ready. Best Buy wants to see curiosity, engagement, and long-term interest. Avoid asking about pay or benefits first. Focus on growth, training, and team culture. Yes, I do have a few questions. First, I'd love to hear more about what qualities you see in your top-performing employees and how they contribute to the team's success. Second, can you share what the typical training process looks like for someone in this role and how Best Buy supports employees in learning about new products and services? I'm also curious about growth opportunities. How do you help employees who want to take on more responsibility or move into leadership positions over time? Lastly, what's something you personally enjoy about working at Best Buy and being part of the team here? These questions are important to me because I want to understand how I can be successful, how I can grow, and how I can best contribute to the team's goals and customer experience from day one. If you want to learn more on how to land jobs and reach your career goals, don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell notification button to get new videos every single week. Also, don't forget to hit that like button because that motivates me to keep doing what I do. Stay safe, keep smiling, and good luck.